Hey guys, how y'all doing? We're back for another video. So in the description, you guys see, I started talking about it earlier today, and I said I'm gonna spin the block on this topic because this is something that definitely needs to be addressed. We've been talking about the Carmelo Anthony case, the 17-year-old kid who was bullied and then attacked by twin boys who tried to make him move from a seat at a track meet, at which it ended fatally, where one of the twins was unalived. And now Karmelo is being charged with that unaliving, and he has been bonded out from a $1 million bond to a $250,000 bond. And that judge who lowered his bond for him to get out, she's now being harassed. She's now getting death threats, and she's now been doxxed, you guys. She's now been doxxed to where she's had to beef up security, and they're having some investigations going on in that case as well. So a lady, she's a food truck owner, and she has made some very crazy remarks as it relates to the Carmelo Anthony case. And I'm going to play that for you. I'm going to show that to you. We kind of started, like I said, talking about it earlier, but we didn't get a chance to finish that. So everything said in this video is alleged, and in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Let's go ahead and get into these topics. All right, let's get into the topic of Ashley Monique. She is, like I said, a food truck owner. Obviously, she had something to say negatively about the Carmelo Anthony case. I really don't think that she's read up on this, or that she knows what she's talking about. But let's get into it. It says that Ashley Monique she was called a fat ass by some kids walking by her neighborhood. And she calls the police on those kids. Okay. And she also calls out the child's mother. All right. She said some very weird things in this particular video. We're going to get into that. Give me one sec. Give me 1 second, child. Because she was doing the absolute most. I said, child, these are just children. Why are you after the children? Okay. Let the children, let the children be children. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and play what Ashley had to say. All right, so she is mad. They're saying that a struggling food truck owner that was posted last week. This is the one name that was coming for Carmelo Anthony's family. It says that, well, apparently a kid walked past her open door today and allegedly called her a fat ass loud enough for her to hear. It says that Ashley got so heated that she called out the child's mother and said that she had to call the police because those kids are going to end up on a RIP t-shirt. Why? For calling her fat? It said that now, for someone who's always bragging about having money, it says that why are you still living in the hood? And she gets roasted by a 10-year-old kid. All right. So she's always bragging about her pockets and how much money she's making on her food truck. But one of the kids decided to roast her, and she decided to go back and forth with a child. Then she turned around and called the police on said kid, which I thought is so stupid. They're 10, you're an adult. Like, you could have stayed in your house and ignored it. You could have not responded to that, because kids are going to be kids at the end of the day. All right. They wouldn't have even known that you knew about it had you not come out of the house and caused a huge issue. So let's get into this situation. This is so stupid. Okay.
Let him walk away. Lock his ass up. Lock the one up with the dress. Lock his ass up, or it's gonna be some repercussions, because I'm going to your sergeant. Lock him up because he threatened me right in front of an officer. So let her take her money and bond his ass out. Let's do that. Let's do that. You ain't gonna threaten me. You're not gonna threaten me. I'm trying to shoot him up. Let me tell you. So y'all know I just got off tour. So I'm sitting here in my home. Not in no hood, in the hood, but not in the projects or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Shamika Moody's kids come walking by, and they talking cash money shit. I guess they didn't know that my door was open. All I hear is fat bitch, this and that. And so I'm like, who the fuck is that? You bitch, you don't sell food. Y'all just saw I made over $6,000 this weekend. See, this is why children need to stay in a child's place, not adults. See, me as an adult, I know how to handle my business. See, they don't know about what I do. And you let him walk away. Lock his ass up. All right. They ain't never seen the type of money that I make. They're not used to no shit like that. So I had to call the police to make a police report, because what's going to happen is their ass going to end up on a rest in peace t-shirt, because I'm going to lay them down. So I called the police over here. They trying to shoot them kids off. They're trying to shoot them off instead of putting them in the police report like I asked.
All that because the kids said that you don't sell food and that you're not making a whole lot of money and they called you fat. So why should a police report be made behind that? Because that's how children are. And you are arguing with kids and you just made a threat to unalive someone or a child, talking about they're going to be on an RIP t-shirt. That's inappropriate. That could be in a police report, but not someone calling you fat. Okay, I mean, look at your picture. But anyway, yeah. So you can't be out here picking and choosing what you want to put in police reports, because clearly what you made was a threat. That was definitely a threat, terroristic to be exact, because you said you're gonna put them down, which we know what that means. All right, let's continue.
No home training. That mama Shamika Moody, so you already know where that come from. They ain't got no home fucking training. All they doing is talking, threatening me, and then the officers just shooing them away instead of putting their names in a police report, because I need a paper trail. Because it's going to get that real. If you think you're going to put your hands on me, your mama, you would be at McGill or a cremation. And you know what's going to happen? You know they all broke and ain't got no fucking money. So they're going to be a GoFundMe, a fish fry, hamburgers, fried chicken, all that shit. The check sodas, not even the Mountain Dews. You want to be famous? I see what you do on Facebook. They never, bitch, I advertise. I make money on Facebook. I promote my business. So, you're talking about I'll come to you to talk to you as a woman. You could never. Don't come to me, talk to me as a woman. If that was the, please. A woman? Please. I'm sorry, what? That was another threat? Right. Of course you're gonna see me. I live here. No, baby, I'm super smart. That's why I make the type of money that I make. That's why
$6,000, girl. She said, I made $6,000. Then she said, I don't live in the hood, but she said, well, I do live in the hood, but I'm not in the projects. Girl, go in the house. Like, it's giving you want attention. Why are you videoing this? And why are you live while you're having this altercation? Obviously, the police came and they didn't see anything to pursue in terms of a charge or any type of police report. That's why they didn't do one, because there was nothing to be done for. When they saw you come out of the house after the kids called you fat, they didn't need to do a police report because the kid was stating the obvious, maybe.
Bitch, I advertise. I make money on. I'm here, and you're going where you're about to go. That's why I'm here, and you're about to go where you're going. So go ahead and get your GoFundMe money up. Go ahead, get your GoFundMe money up, because I'm letting you know now. That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Cause you know I'm like a white woman. I'm a rich white woman. I got to get a police report, baby. I got to get a police report. Shamika Moody and them badass hood rats that she be having, ain't got no home training. And you know she ain't got no home training because look who that mommy is. Look who that fucking mommy is. Need a motherfucking school bus. Worry about my goddamn saggy titties. They get lift the fuck up and slurp the fuck up and nibble the fuck on. And still ain't pushed. I'm here and you got no goddamn pit bull puppies yet.
All right, so she's doing a little bit too much cursing. We're going to have to get that up out of there. All right, so she also makes mention to the young man, the 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. Y'all know the case with that, where the young teenager wound up getting into an altercation with two bullies that had been bullying him for quite some time, who decided to jump him at a track meet, you guys. They grabbed his phone, slammed it to the ground. We've talked about this so many times. The twins came towering over him and they put their hands on him first, at which he needed to defend himself, according to what he says to police. And he wound up pulling out a cut knife, as we call it here on YouTube, and stabbed one of the twins, unaliving him. So he was arrested. He did have $1 million bond in which he was sitting in jail, and they lowered his bond. The judge did to $250,000, in which he's out. him and his family had to leave their home because they've been thoroughly harassed behind this situation. But this Ashley Monique's woman, who we just showed on the video, had a lot to say about Karmelo's case. So she says Karmelo Anthony is a unaliver. He unalived him, meaning the young boy. Says that just like your son is a drug dealer. Says that and your daughter is an uneducated 304. Said that cut the bull-ish. Said that the boy is going to prison. Okay. Y'all see that? Now let me get to my other screen because that's what she really was going in here. So let's get in. She's very disrespectful. She has a very disrespectful mouth. I keep saying it be our own sometime. You know what I'm saying? It be our own sometime that really just be just on the mess. Like you should be having some compassion for this young man and understanding the reason why he did what he did. A lot of people are going up for him and supporting him, but it's ignorant people like this because she feels like, honey, she made $6,000 selling some hamburgers and hot dogs somewhere that, you know, she's above everyone and that she can be disrespectful to people. So, and as soon as somebody called her fat, all of a sudden you want a police report. But let's get into this. So Ashley Monique goes on to say, I wonder, does Carmelo Anthony's mother feel like a failure? Said that she was a stay-at-home mom and her son still went and unalived that white boy. Said that, ma'am, your son's actions put your family in danger by unaliving that white boy. Said that you can't do that, fighting him after school or something. It says that this is America. The laws were never meant for black people and to have justice. It says that your son messed up y'all life and with his selfish actions. Shaking my head. Hashtag Carmelo Anthony. Okay. She is so ignorant. All right. She goes on to say these kids need better. Said cut the BS, your son is going to prison. Said the kids need better critical thinking skills and handle their emotions better. When was the last time you took your kid to talk to them about their mental health? This is what she's talking about to the mother. Says that more of the story, stop kicking black kids out of the house soon as they are 18 years old. Stop putting black kids in thousands of dollars worth of college debt. It says it assure your black children that they can stay at home until they have the money to comfortably move out, and teach your black kids in high school to go to the voc and technological schools to graduate with a trade. It says to stop going straight into a university and signing up for debt. Said if my kids don't earn a full ride scholarship, says baby, I'm not signing any papers to be in debt. Says they better work in one of my restaurants or take over some of these rental homes. Hashtag Carmelo Anthony, hashtag moral of the story, hashtag Ashley Monique at 8:43. She is so ignorant, okay? So it said that a Facebook post targeting the family of 18-year-old Carmelo Anthony, who was recently charged in a high-profile homicide case, is gaining traction. Now, in a now viral post, a woman identified as Ashley Monique on Facebook referenced to Carmelo Anthony as an unaliver and went further, blasting his family with deeply personal and inflammatory accusations. It says that he unalived him, just like your son is a drug dealer and your daughter is an uneducated 304. This is so sad. Says that the post, which was widely shared and screenshotted across social media, didn't stop the attacking that was accused. It says that it also condemned his mother, questioning her parenting, and even labeled her as a failure for being a stay-at-home mom. Now, how many stay-at-home moms are there out there that still out here doing what needs to be done and still great moms? I don't think you can label someone because they choose to be a stay-at-home mom a failure. She goes on to say that I wonder, does Carmelo Anthony's mother feel like a failure? Says that she was a stay-at-home mom and her son still went and unalived that white boy. That doesn't have anything to do with her being a stay-at-home mom and the choice that he decided to make, okay? It was definitely a split decision in terms of him and his survival. He had two big, strong boys that were towering over him that jumped him, and he was trying to defend himself. So that is what the family is definitely they are saying, that they are defending themselves. That's what they are claiming in this case, that it was self-defense, and that's what it is, okay? All right, so let's get to this. I'm going to play this because this also has to do with that case. Just to give you guys a brief reminder of what happened. Let's go ahead and play what his mother had to say, okay? Because obviously people understand this is This is this man's father. It said that Austin Metcalf, that's the young man that was unalived by Carmelo Anthony. His father is being escorted out of Carmelo Anthony's family's press conference. So the dad, who also appears to be a bully, I said it before, why are you at their press conference trying to intimidate them? Your presence should not, be there because you're not there as support. Obviously, your son was unalived, so then you show up to their press conference in a by showing your presence and being intimidating in that moment when they're trying to be vulnerable and share their emotions in terms of what's going on with their child. All right, so Austin Metcalf's dad shows up to the press conference. Okay, so y'all see they're leaving him out, telling him he got to leave. He should have never been there. Okay, all right. So let's get into
the father being at this press conference.
This is a representative for our Carmelo Anthony's family that calls Jeff Metcalf, which is their father, unannounced appearance disrespectful. So as you guys can see, they let him out. We're going to get to now what the mother had to say. All right, because this is what they've been dealing with this case. Okay, let's go. This is Carmelo Anthony's mother.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Carmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what anything to deserve might happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put what might happen to her, God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
All right, so we're gonna stop it there. So you guys see the gist of what's going on. The family is going through it. They, like I said, they most recently had to move from their home because they were getting threats, death threats. They were getting harassed to the point to where someone actually sent the obituary to the young man who was in the altercation with their son to their home. So they had to pack up. They had to get clearance through the courts, and they had to move to an undisclosed location. This was what, last week, the beginning of last week, because of the constant threats. They're also threatening the judge. They've also doxed the judge, and now the judge has had to have investigations going on in that situation, as well as beef up security for her so that she is not in harm's way. This family is being harassed, and so is the judge, because the judge decided to lower his bond from $1 million to $250,000 so that this young man can get out during the time that they are preparing for his trial coming up. So my prayers is that he will be able to plead self-defense in this case, because that's exactly what it is. There is a paper trail showing that this young man who was unalive, Austin Metcalf, and his brother did constantly harass this young man for quite some time, to where he had to stay out of school for quite some time in order to avoid said harassment and bullying. Okay, we talked about harassment and bullying this morning. This is a real thing. So prayers to this family. As you guys can see, the mother is very distraught, and this Ashley woman that we talked about earlier, I feel like she was very disrespectful in terms of how she addressed this situation. So what if the mother is a stay-at-home mom? There's a lot of successful stay-at-home moms. So we're not going to look at that and down this young man's mother for deciding to be a stay-at-home mom. The bottom line is, I don't feel like this Ashley woman educated herself on this case without just throwing out accusations and being so ignorant in terms of her response of how she feels about this case. And I say that all the time. Our people sometimes can be our own worst enemies in terms of how they address situations. If you don't have nothing nice to say, maybe don't say nothing at all. If you don't know what's going on in this case, don't speak on it, because you're further making it worse, because they're already being harassed. So it's bad enough that other people that are not of our kind are harassing this family. And now we have our own kind that's sitting up doing videos, going live, and making posts about a situation that you absolutely know nothing about. And it's like you are applauding and coercing other people to join in on the harassing and bullying of this family. So let's keep the prayers up for them as they deal with this wherever they are. I'm hoping that they are safe and in a safe space so that they don't have to continue to be harassed and bullied. Okay, this is so sad. All right, so let's get into our next and final topic, you guys. I'm trying to give you guys enough pop in so y'all can stay up on it. There's so much going on today. I'm trying to do this and get my work done as well. So you guys definitely be patient with me. Here we go. Last topic. There is an update on the Shannon Sharpe case. As you guys know, Shannon Sharpe is facing a $50 million lawsuit by a Becky who decided to sue him after he tried to settle with her in a $10 million lawsuit, and she refused it. Since then, there's been other allegations coming out. The woman named Michelle, who was also heard in the sexual video that he made a few months back, also came forward to say that Shannon Sharpe also choked her as well and threatened her and her life. And she has come forward and told her that he would ruin her if she spoke about it. So she's gotten the courage to speak out. So now Shannon is also dealing with this young woman you guys see on my screen right now. Okay, so it says here that Shannon Sharpe reportedly refused to watch alleged SDX tape that his accuser claims shows their non-consensual encounter. So there might be a case here, because he was saying that all the encounters with this young woman were consensual. So she's saying that they were not. There happens to be a video now that they're saying they have. Her attorney Tony Busby is on Shannon's ass for this. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So the lawyer for the young girl accusing Shannon Sharpe of the R word just dropped an update. Says that he says that Sharpe was given a chance to watch the SEX tape that allegedly shows their encounter, but chose not to. So Tony Busby told TMZ Sports, shout out to them and shout out to the Neighborhood Talk, that the footage will not be released to the public because it is key evidence in the case. He said that Sharpe's legal team saw the video during mediation, and Sharpe himself was invited multiple times to view it, but he has refused every time. Of course, he was in it. He don't need to see it. All right, allegedly. So Busby added that the only reason that the public knows about the tape is because Sharpe brought it up on Instagram. Said that Busby said that they never threatened to leak the footage and will not start, and still does not want to, rather. It said that Sharpe previously described the video as a 30-second clip designed to make him look guilty and play into harmful stereotypes. It goes on to say that the woman who filed the lawsuit under the name Jane Doe says that the encounter was not consensual. Said the Sharpe's team claims that it was a part of a BDSM relationship, which y'all know is like bondage and all that crazy demonic type sexual encounters. All right. So they said that, but many are now asking why he would not even look at the tape if it could help him in this case. Okay, so that's what they're saying there. So he don't want to see the tape. Obviously, he knows what's in the tape. He made the tape, allegedly, if that's him. So that's what's going on here. So they are still gearing up to come after Shannon in this $50 million case. All right, but she refused a $10 million settlement. As I told you guys, this was going on clearly way before this came out, and Shannon knew about it, but he, I guess, tried to call her bluff and say, hey, she's not going to file anything, or she's not going to go forward with this case. And that's exactly what she did. So she lawyered up, and that's what it is. What up, Tay? When Tay Talk, thanks for being in the building, y'all. Y'all show When Tay Talk some love. She is a content creator. Y'all go and check her out. Okay, she's been on the road here most recently with those court docs. I've been over there listening in a little bit. I was listening in last night as well. So keep up the good work, ma'am, and we appreciate you and we rock with you. So y'all give her some love, show her some love up over here, okay? All right. But that's what's going on in this case with Shannon Sharpe, and also the Ashley Monique topic we talked about, where she was coming for the 17-year-old man, Carmelo Anony, and his particular trial, as well as his family. I call it bullying as well, but then she's calling and asking the police to come to her house and do a police report because some kids called her fat and told her that she was broke and hood and all this other stuff. Girl, just because you made $6,000 does not make you rich. That is not no money, okay? $6,000 is not no money. So she's very disrespectful, as you guys could hear. I played you guys the video, but if you want to hear it on your leisure, please go on over to the North Carolina Beat, and the video is over there. All right, but that is it, and that is all. Thank y'all so much for joining this video. Let's get out of here. Thank you to my mods. Thank you, Belle Wilson, Tyra, Scorpio, Miss KBR, Rose Olmstead, and Truth TV Podcast. Thank you to all the content creators. We see When Tay Talk in the building. And do we have any more? I think that's all my content creators that are in here today. All right, but that is it, and that is all, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a wonderful day until the next video, child. Let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo. Go, hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be